Prof. Hwang, you are still muted.
Thank you, Dr. Dara. Introduction and
okay, it's on now.
Clear, introduction to all students. Okay, today is a second meeting. I will introduce the idea related to annotation. Do you remember last time we talked about multimedia annotation to help like a student learning? We make some comparison with interaction and interaction. We will talk about here. Okay, because last time we have two study, right? One study for computer science domain knowledge, the second study for English learning. And we find interaction annotation is pretty important. Annotation can help students to improve their learning behavior, learning achievement. So why annotation is so important? We think, okay, what kind of theoretical idea to support multimedia annotation? So today I will talk about this concept. So from the title, you can look. Can you hear my voice clearly? Okay. If no, answer me. Okay, you can. So you can look. There are three terms. Okay, first term is interaction. Second is interaction. Interaction, I think all of you know, right? Interaction means we talk to each other, like talk to your classmate, talk to your teacher or your friends to exchange your idea. Interaction, this is also another new term. First term, interaction, this is you cannot find from dictionary. Interaction also you cannot find. But these three is a very different communication behavior. Later, I will have an introduction. So let me use the laser point. Okay. So this study published in a Journal of Educational Technology and Society 2009. So this is a QR code. You can scan and find the article. Okay. So here, before we talk about the content, we need to introduce a little bit like a theory of the distributed cognition. Theory distributed cognition, TDC. Okay, there are two properties. One is they are cognitive. This author, expert believe the people do the cognitive processing required creating, manipulating the external representation, creating and manipulating external representation, just like you need to write down, right? You need to speak, okay, or you need to draw. So such kind of belong to external representation. So all of them are disputing, close multiple individual. Okay, different people have the different thought, different idea, right? So this also consider they are equipped with knowledge derived from the other external representation. So how this component function, still remain like a black box, unknown yet. So this study try to, deepen our understanding of how distributed cognition in a web-based environment, how they spread out. Okay, how about cognition? Disputed in the web-based environment? How to spread out? So here we introduce one study, the NADI, okay, propose these two very different communication. One is called interaction, because around 2000, people use like a messenger a lot, Microsoft MSN Messenger. So people use such kind like a social media tool to like build their social relationship, right? Say hello, how are you? So where you go last weekend, okay? And any fun that you have on your weekend activity. So serve a mechanism, create a connection to others. Consequently, provide learner with a need awareness. Okay, how about your situation last weekend? Okay, what happened? Last day. Okay, yesterday, which is a consistent to distributed cognition assumption, right? So cognition is a distributed across multiple individuals. How about interaction? Interaction, they have the very different definition. They say the knowledge is mutually constructed through the continuous interaction. Okay, so this is another requisite of disputed cognition. Another requisite of the disputed cognition. This is they construct knowledge, mutually construct, just like we learned. Okay, we learned. Okay, each other. When we talk to each other, we can learn, right? So just like last time, I asked all of you to use like reciprocal teaching. Reciprocal means the mutual teaching. You teach each other, right? So here we also talk about like a social development theory proposed by Vygotsky. This is very well known, like expert in education. So they say that learning occurs in the social or interpersonal, right? Social, interpersonal, like interaction. You talk to others, right? Social, when you talk to other people. So interpersonal context, before it become internalized. It become internalized or individualized. So within like intropsychology category, you internalize or become yourself, become your own. So like an intropsychological category. So based on this trend, okay, like a Vygotsky theory, we propose internal communication, just communicate to each cell. Their want or their self is called interaction. So propose this new terminology, interaction. So this study, argue, interaction, this is very important. Maybe, okay, so later I will try to do some experiment and find some evidence to prove, okay, this claim, this statement, interaction is as important as interaction and interaction. Maybe more important, not just as important as, maybe more important than. So in promoting like a positive learning outcome, help their like a learning achievement in e-learning. So this is a pretty important, right? So we will do some experiment, get the data, then to support this viewpoint, this point of the view. Okay, literature. So definitely we will talk about the related, paper, to this research issue. So here, this also work on the collaborative learning. Demonstrate peer-to-peer communication is very important, right? Yeah, we have the idea exchange, right? Lead to the better performance, learning achievement in cognitive learning tasks, and also increase like a completion rate. Completion, you can accomplish your task, right? Okay, so because have the communication, help each other, also facilitate acquisition of the critical social skill. When you talk to others, right, you know how to build good relationship, how to say the polite way. Okay, so also facilitate acquisition of the social, like a skill. Okay, also this also said, okay, peer-to-peer communication, it's very critical, right? Developers, develop the learning community, right? Enable learners to develop their interpersonal skill, right? Social skill. Okay. So interaction. Here, this author Parker mentioned about, okay, they study interaction. They study interaction as an activity in e-learning. Interaction as activity in e-learning. Okay, defined as a reciprocal communication among the sender and the receiver under a specific topics. Reciprocal communication, right? Talk to each other among the receiver and the sender, focus on, specific topics. So Birch also defined this also notion of the interaction in e-learning context. Okay, so interaction is a two-way, right? Bi-way communication among two or more people. With the purpose of the problem solving or teaching, or like a social relationship building. This is a more general, definition of the interaction. You can include like a problem solving, teaching, or social relationship building. Okay. However, here talk about like outer action. Nadi and his colleague also have a definition. What is the outer action? Outer action is a set of the communicative processes outside of the information exchange, problem solving. So enable people to connect to each other. Independently social way enable information exchange. They try to build a social relationship to know each other, their emotion, their status. Later on, we will talk about, maybe we will address some like problem solving or exchange some information for learning. Okay, so interaction here. Okay, this is me and my my student. Okay, we studied the effect of the expressive and inexpressive annotation on learning performance, just like last time I introduced. You use the multimedia annotation, right? So I divided multimedia annotation into two categories: expressive and inexpressive annotation. So they study found that expressive annotation have much more impact, right? Have the much more impact on learning than inexpressive. So expressive, like the text or meaningful graphic, right? So when you look at the annotation, you understand the meaning. Inexpressive mean like underline, highlight. You don't know why underline, highlight. So based on annotation sharing, just based on this study, they also propose annotation sharing. Do you remember? Yeah. Last time the first study, I have the like a group annotation and the annotation sharing. And the number 4 scenario is annotation sharing. Annotation sharing with final exam. Do you remember? Annotation sharing with final exam. And then the number 4 scenario, no bigger significant difference in the learning achievement. Do you know why? Because final exam. So no matter you have an annotation or not, students try their best, to study. Otherwise, they cannot pass the final exam. So no matter annotation sharing or not. So the two group, control group, experimental group, no significant difference in learning achievement. Okay, sharing scenario, for employee. So combining interaction, the result indicate the use share annotation can improve the student learning achievement much more, right? Compared to individual one. So sharing, this is pretty important. So here we talk about these three different communication like behavior, interaction, outer action, and interaction. They are not independent. So they interpret, among these three kinds of communication. So outer action provide the learner with aware, right, of what peer know and what they are able to do, right? But their awareness. Yeah, this is awareness. So sorry, maybe this is a problem. Okay. So outer action provide awareness of the peer. Okay, what the peer know. So like the outer action provide the learner with awareness of what the peer know, right? And what they are able to do. What they know and what they are able to do, maybe when and where, right? So outer action also facilitate, negotiate one another available time, right? Each other available time and where before interaction take place, right? So this is a facilitate. So facilitate like interaction to find what time you are available, where we can meet, right? So here, quite often learner willing to share their knowledge, right? And seek to attain a balance between the donating and collecting the knowledge, right? Because often we like to share their knowledge, seek to sustain the balance to help each other, right? This is implied that individuals share their own knowledge because they also expect others to contribute as well. Okay, so this is among this reason, an attempt to interact with one another in future, motivates students to interact with others, right? For virtual knowledge construction, so facilitate, and also they want to motivate, have the like interaction. After you have the interaction, or you find okay, maybe this is a very good a friend or good classmate, so you want to talk to them, right? Because after interaction, maybe you want to learn from your peer, right? Maybe you also want to contribute your knowledge. So motivate, to have interaction. So the reason attempt to interact one another in the future, motivate learner to interact, have build social relationship, right, with others for virtual knowledge construction. You find a good friend, good classmate, right? Or maybe you find the teacher, right? Or teacher, and then approach your teacher, talk about teacher, right? So okay, to know the teacher available time, and then maybe ask the question, right? So here, learner acquire the new knowledge by being involved in various, perspectives from each other. So learner may have to summarize what they learn to a comprehensive understanding, fading out. So this study also consider interaction, would motivate learner to interact with others who have the need of the expertise. Okay, so you can look here also motivate learner. Okay, motivate learner. Yeah. So consider interaction. Oh, we are also motivate interaction. Oh, they will motivate. Interaction, right? So interact with others who have the needed expertise. Okay, so I think this is a by direction, not just one direction. When you consider, sorry, this is maybe the arrow is wrong. So maybe motivate. When you learn from each other, right? When you learn, when you consider, when you learn by yourself, okay, you summarize what they learned to a comprehensive understanding of like a fade out. So this start consider interaction to motivate learner to interact with the other who have the needed expertise. When you learn, you maybe find some people, they know that this knowledge well. So you want to motivate to have the build relationship with them, right? So this is like a motivate them. Okay. There are bi-direction of the communication type strong. This study considered that there was a one-way arrow having a major influence in any pair of their bi-direction influence. For example, this is not just one way, this is bi-way, but maybe one way is a major, one way is minor. So, there was one-way arrow having major influence. Maybe another one-way arrow having minor influence, major influence, minor influence. So there are bi-direction, not only one direction. Okay. And then maybe one direction is major, another direction is minor. So here we talk about like methodology. Okay. So you can look at, there are so many students, okay. 56 and almost 80, female, 56 male, all of them are not major in computer science. So around like 45, their major is early childhood care and education, other major in foreign language and applied linguistics. Okay. So the course, this is about like a basic theory of computer, like introduction of a computer. They need to learn how to use a computer like operating system, for example, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Okay, so have activity each week. Okay, 3 hours, per week. So face-to-face tutorial in computer classroom. They go to classroom. Okay, so also followed by individual self-paced problem solving. We give them homework with a problem given as homework. So after class, students need to accomplish this homework We also use log, the website facilitate provide us for data analysis, okay, for like interaction, outeraction, and the interaction pattern. So this is a user interface. As I introduced before VPen, we also use a VPen. This is VPen. Okay, this is the learning material. This is the like a category of the learning material. Okay, so you can look at step 1, step 3, and this is a Java MSN. This is a Java MSN. Okay, and this is a discussion forum, discussion board. This is a discussion board. Sorry, a little bit. So discussion board. This is a discussion board. And this is a virtual pen. Okay, for annotation. And this is like a message board. So message board, so over like a direct access to message board, make it more suitable for sharing information pertaining like the course overall and the information perceived to be particularly important. So some message board maybe they will ask some question, or maybe they just leave their like their opinion, not related to learning. Okay, maybe this week is very tired, and also maybe okay they say okay a lot of the learning load, something like that. We also have the interview. Okay, we will randomly choose 20 participants for interview after experiment. So the interview, we want to elicit the student perception to know the reason why, the reason behind, okay, like interaction, outeraction, interaction, and learning. So we can know the more insightful, like a reason, okay, behind some learning behavior, like a statistical analysis, okay. So this is like an experimental design. Okay, students give the homework. And then first introduce themselves. Because students don't know this learning environment, e-learning environment very well. Like VPen, discussion board, or like a Java MSN. So they can use text or voice message. They can type. They can record their voice or upload a photograph to the discussion board. Okay, make sure they can use such kind of communication tool. There are 4 learning topics in each course. Okay, there are 4 learning topics in each course. So each topic was around 2 weeks long. Around 2 weeks long. So teacher will give the homework and over some like a relevant self-assessment in each stage. So if students have any question about learning material, homework, or self-assessment, they can communicate, using Java MSN, discussion board, or message board. Okay, they can use like, okay, this is Java MSN, okay, and this is discussion board, or like a message board. Okay, so they can choose which one they want to leave the message. Usually, Java MSN, this is an instant communication tool, right? So you can look at it's a green one, mean online. Okay, if the red one maybe offline. If there is some, it's just different situation, right? Maybe busy, some is online available, someone is offline. So they can know who are online, can talk to them, instantly. So they can get maybe like a response, yeah, very quickly. But discussion board, yeah, you need to wait more time, right? And also message board. Interesting, okay. So at the end of the course, student underwent final examination. We have the final examination. So this is like a post-test. The post-test also have the interview, right? So there are 3 research questions. We want to know that these 3 kinds of learning behavior, their relationship, right? How about these 3 kinds of learning behavior? They are independent, definitely they are not independent. They maybe have a significant correlation. But who knows? The data will show the data, right? And do some statistical analysis to prove, okay, our viewpoint is correct or not. So also want to know that these three learning kinds, these three kinds of learning behavior, these three kinds of communication behavior, their influence on learning achievement. We also want to know, okay, which one is most important, interaction or interaction, which one have the most, have the greatest, the most impact on learning achievement. So this is a research variable architecture. Okay, 1, 2, 3, their relationship, ABC, right? ABC, we use a Pearson correlation to know that their relationship reaches significant level or not. And then the DEF, we also use a regression analysis, multiple regression analysis, to know that, okay, which one have the greatest or the most important influence on learning achievement. And you can look at this is a table, give a very clear definition and like example. For interaction, this is a definition, self-communicative process. Self-communicative processes occur, when the individual employ any form of the symbol with meaning to externalize their own representation of the knowledge. Okay, then write down maybe the text or record voice or maybe graph, right? So this is any form of the symbol, okay, with the meaning to externalize their own representation knowledge. They write down, okay, or draw or record the voice. So here, draw the conclusion, right? And also write a meaningful symbol of annotation, highlight the word. Okay, this is belong to interaction. And how about interaction? Instead, the communicative process support, like a problem solving, coordination, and a social learning, like seek a relevant question, ask a question. So ask a question, someone will, answer you, right? Or maybe try to seek out the spatial information, okay, or request, like a clarification, or raising the doubts or query. So this is about interaction. How about interaction? Instead of communicative process, outside information exchange. So in which individual reach out to others, like independently social way, right? Enable information exchange. So use words to express one's feeling, okay, writing a joke, presenting greeting, how you say introduction, okay, or presenting close, thank you very much, any question, something like that. Then achievement, okay, we use a post-test. So researchers clarify the post in a discussion board and message board and Java MSN in terms of their content. Here, okay, a sentence would be labeled interaction if the content mainly related to the course material and will be classified. Another, if the sentences are relevant to socially interact, right? Or the solve problem, there is an out range of the course, outer range. Solve the problem means, okay, maybe when you have time, we negotiate, right? And where we can meet and which topics that we will discuss, right? Okay, so try to find the place and time and to choose the topics that we will talk, when we meet. So this is belong to interaction. The content is externalized their the representation of knowledge will be interaction. Externalize, they write down their own idea, right, for themselves. So we compare the count for the different communication, right, directly to each other, and then meaningful to, directly compare using like a regression coefficient for learning achievement, predict, through the different learning communication, kinds. Learner were asked to conduct a post-test I just mentioned, okay, to represent the learning achievement. So what the result? Today I will give you more time to have a discussion about, okay, because last time I talked about the two study using multimedia annotation. Today I talk about the theoretical support. I introduce interaction, right? And interaction and interaction. I want you to think more. So today I will give you more time to think after my lecture. So we consider, okay, distinguishing expressive and inexpressive. Just like the last time I also mentioned, expressive and inexpressive. Why? Because there is a significant difference in the quantity of the underlying and highlighting. So the reason some students, they have habit just underline the text they read. When they read the text, they just underline or highlight. Okay, no reason. So this is their habit, learning habit. So operation definition and interaction, we base on the count, the number of the text, number of the comment. So this is an expressive annotation only. Okay, so this follow like a Marshall. Remember, this also have the clarification. Like a classification, like a classify. Okay, text comment, voice comment, or like a meaningful video comment as expressive. Others like underline, highlight. Okay, as inexpressive. So here we show that. Okay, these three kinds of behavior. Their correlation. In interaction, we count the total, include the inexpressive and expressive, no matter underline, highlight, or text, is total. And another, we just consider like expressive. So you find expressive have more, significant correlation with interaction, right? And the out action. You can look at 2 star and the correlation coefficient also very high. It's almost a half, right? 50. Okay, and here also much higher, right? Than this total. And also interaction and outer action also have significant correlation, also high, right? 2 star, and it is more than like 0.32, right? More than 30%. Okay. So this is a pretty high. This is the highest. This is the second highest. Okay, also reach the 2 star significant level. Okay, so they can trigger each other, right? If you have the more expressive annotation, you will trigger your discussion with other, right? Interaction with other. If you have the more interaction with other, you will trigger you to have more social talk with each other, right? So this proof, okay, these three then like a communication behavior, they are not independent. They interpret each other. Okay, so next we talk about like learning achievement. These 3 kinds of the communication behavior, their correlation with the learning achievement. As we expected, you can look at expressive, the highest. Next is the interaction. So this is quite good. If we consider total count include like underline, highlight, their correlation is pretty low, right? Okay, it's pretty low, just a 0.21. Okay, maybe this is a noise because someone underline, highlight, just like happy, without any meaningful conscious, without meaningful conscious. Okay, so they're happy. So we will, this is like a symbol, like a symbol correlation. Simple regression. This is a simple regression, predictable. Definitely, interaction expressive is the highest, right? This is the highest. Important is not this like simple regression. Important is this one is stepwise multiple regression. Okay. Okay, we run this one, okay, to find which one is most important. When we consider, okay, which one, if we consider which one is most important, we find that interaction is most important. If we find that this, okay, second one, outer action come, okay, although not reach a significant level, but their R square become higher. So the second is outer action. And when we consider number 3 is the interaction, you will feel this is a little bit strange, right? Just like I mentioned, which one is most important? Like expressive, right? Then second is interaction. Later is outer action. You can look at their coefficient, like Pearson coefficient. This is highest, this is second, this is third. But when we consider, okay, like use like a stepwise multiple regression, you can look at this is the most important interaction. But when we consider second interaction, later is an interaction. This is a little bit weird, right? So why? You can look at interaction is larger than interaction interaction. So relationship, the interaction with the linear achievement was the strongest. Right? Here, why? Because I explained interaction was the weakest according to multiple regression. And however, outer action was the weakest, right, among the simple regression. This is the weakest outer action. Outer interaction, the second. And this is the third, the last one. However, we run the multiple regression. Interaction it become the last one, become the why. Here, the reason. The correlation between interaction and the interaction and interaction, they are so high. They already have the correlation, right? The correlation is so high. So predictive the power of the interaction decrease when we put the all variable together, because we already put the interaction here, right? So put the interaction, you know, correlated, significant correlated interaction. So the predictive power of interaction will decrease because we already consider interaction here, right? So interaction and interaction, they have the significant correlation. When you consider this part, interaction, the predictive power become less because the interaction already occupy most of the part, predictive power. So this is the reason when we add the interaction, their predictive power become less. So there's a reason why they become the last one, the smallest. When we consider three together, okay, this is the most important. If we want to increase, like predict the power, outer action is the second, because interaction, they can aid, the predict power just very, very less, because interaction and interaction have the significant correlation. Okay. Later we talk about interview. So recording like interaction student generally thought it provided a chance for them to reflect, right? To think more what they learned, what they have not learned. So this is the interview. So the one student said annotation is really helpful, right? When they do some exercise. I usually went to the library, find a classmate to help doing exercise. In the beginning, I was not good to use a computer. Nowadays, my computer skill become better and better. And my Hwang annotation down in a class give a vital clue. This student is very good. They make annotation when they listen the speech in class, right? Listen the lecture in class to solve the exercise. Writing notes on the website, material make me convenient because I don't have to bring my notebook every time, right? Okay, because this is website, they can write down, they can make annotation. Later on, they log in, they can look at their annotation quickly. Okay, another student, I have a question. When I study by myself, I can easily find other classmates, right, online and ask them, right? I can use maybe Java MSN, very convenient. And in e-learning website, embedding like a socialization facility is a good idea for us. Not only interact with each one another, but discuss questions, right? Share information. You use like a Java MSN discussion board. I can upload my homework to instructor and also watch others in short time, right? So the function gives opportunity to review different comments or different solutions. So this is a pretty useful. So here, other students also saw the ability to, connect instantly, right? Yeah, was essential for socializing with other students, just like use a Java MSN to know they are online, offline, or busy, right? So know their status, and then maybe can ask some student online for some like information exchange or ask question. The most important requirement to the learning related communication project, getting the answer as soon as possible. Okay. If they can find the instant help, they will be very happy. The ability to conduct both interaction in a real time or almost in real time is essential. Interaction or maybe discussion both, right? So here, this study made several contributions related to answer what the constitute disputed cognition. Several contributions, okay, to answer what constitute disputed cognition. So this also mentioned about collaborative practice, right? Actually, they have the communication, right? They build social relationship, and they have the information exchange, problem solving. So this is involved the disputed cognition by sharing knowledge or interacting with artifacts. So this study suggests it is an interplay among interaction, and interaction. They result in artifact to be transformed into a mental process, right? So these three communication behavior, the interplay, they help each other. Okay. So like in e-learning, not only discussion board, not only like MSN or like WhatsApp, right? Or maybe like Line, okay, or WeChat. So such kind is like interaction, instant communication. Also, we need a discussion board. However, interaction and annotation is also important, right? So this study showed that writing notes indeed convey more meaning and impact than highlight the word, right? I just mentioned this is the expressive annotation. This is inexpressive highlight underline. So this study supported interaction played an important role in e-learning setting. You look before individual can effectively talk to others, right? Collaborate with others. They need to aware, right? Yeah, other peers. They need to aware each other, right? They need to aware themselves. Okay. So disputed cognition also cases when task is disputed, between a single individual and its artifacts, such as annotation. So this is also case, right? Yeah, individual and his artifacts, maybe their annotation, their drawing, okay, or their comment, their own comment, okay. So this is pretty important, right? They can help each other to remind the learner what they have learned before, right? Because each individual has a limited, short-term memory. So introduce the notion of the interaction, this terminology, to emphasize the importance of the disputed cognition between a single learner and his external representation, right? Just I mentioned, short-term, limited short-term memory. So this is very useful. So interaction with expressive, only annotation can address most of the variants of the student learning outcome. Yeah, you can look interaction, with expressive annotation can address most of the variants of the student learning outcome. So interaction is very, if you made a more annotation, meaningful annotation, it means that it represents what you really understand, right? Yeah, if you can make a meaningful annotation, it means, okay, there is your knowledge representation, right? External representation of your knowledge. So it also can address, like your learning outcome. So here, this is an interesting scenario. This study emphasizes knowledge should have been externalized by individual as a meaningful symbol, right? Before it can socially construct in interaction among learners. Okay, just like this is in line with the principle of the Vygotsky. Okay, knowledge have been externalized by individual as meaningful before. Okay, it can be socially constructed in interaction among the learner. This example I will express later. Students study learning material, okay, and conduct like a self-evaluation test. This is self-evaluation. Okay, there are several items, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the student, they try to, have the self, like evaluation, but they don't know how to answer. So they They took notes beside the learning material. Okay, this is a self-assessment, self-evaluation test. And then because they have the question, so they posted his question in the discussion board. This is discussion board. Another discussion will involve among peers a lot of discussion. This is okay when they have self-assessment, self-evaluation test. They don't know how to do it, so they involve interaction. They post the question in the discussion board. So there are so many discussion lists here, right? Discussion posts here. So this is from the interaction to involve interaction. This is interaction. They don't know, right? They ask a question in the discussion board and then involve a lot of the discussion among different learners. Okay, implication here. Writing notes can improve the learner performance. The importance of expressive annotation, right? Understand the interaction. Investigate whether learner cognitive style affect their willingness to conduct a expressive annotation. Okay, so investigate whether learner cognitive style affect their willingness to have expressive annotation. How to encourage them have more expressive annotation. So later I will have the one question you need to consider after my lecture today. Okay, formative assessment is especially helpful for learner to assess their own situation, right? And for teacher also can adjust the lesson planning and the activity based on the formative assessment. Okay, if some student don't know some concept not very well, teacher will talk a lot. If the most student understand, teacher don't need to spend time, right, to address the issue. Most students already know. So this study showed, okay, 3 communication, behavior shape the cognition of multiple learners in e-learning environment, making cognition truly social, and cognitive barrier result from electronic network may be overcome. Okay, this is a limitation. So limitation talk about longitudinal, need to have the longitudinal data, not just the 3 months. Okay, need to have more time. Also, sample is not large enough. Also, need to consider a broader range of the age. Okay. So lastly, this is a conclusion. In context of the e-learning course, we demonstrate interaction, interaction. They are positive correlated, right? They are not independent. In statistical significant way, higher incidence of the communication corresponding to the better understanding, better learning achievement. The tendency of a higher level interaction, okay, activity respond to higher learning achievement, particularly clear. This is very clear. This is most important. For annotation as an interaction activity, the reason indicates that only expressive. Remember, only expressive. This is viewed as a reliable measure of the interaction. Yeah, expressive annotation, not underline, highlight. So, future learning system design should be enable expressive annotation, right? Let the student have the more expressive annotation, just I mentioned. Designer of the e-learning course should reconsider their practice, put more emphasis offering interaction tool, not just discussion board, right? Not only just like a social talk. So this is very important. So thank you. So today I have the STEM user reciprocal teaching. So here beside annotation, any other learning behavior belong to interaction. Yeah, we talk about multimedia annotation. Any other learning behavior, in your opinion, also belong to interaction, help themselves? Okay, the second, how to enhance the quality of annotation. This is just, okay, like expressive. I just mentioned, expressive is more important than inexpressive, right? So how to make it more expressive, or how to make more meaningful expressive annotation, maybe from pedagogical or technical aspect, how to enhance the quality of the expressive annotation. Yeah, you need to consider from these two aspects, or maybe from pedagogical aspect, how to enhance the quality of the expressive annotation, or from maybe use some technology, right, to enhance the quality of the expressive annotation. So today I have the two this question. So please, yeah, like a small group, like okay, share your idea and have a discussion. Okay, summarize your understanding, your question, and the clarification and the predict. Okay. I just mentioned today I will give you more time to think and have a discussion. So if you look, I finished lecture, earlier. So most of you can have the more discussion, please. Thank you, Dr. Data. I finished my lecture today. Any question?
Okay. Okay. For EduTech student, if you have any question, you can directly ask your question to Prof. Hwang, especially regarding about the topic that we have discussed today, that is about interaction, interreaction, and auto-reaction in blended learning environments. I think from the topic that Prof. Hwang discussed with us before, there are several things that we we already discussed about it in our daily life basis. Yeah, I mean in our lecture session, especially about correlation, regression, and also variables in terms of research methodology. And also for educational technology 2022, I think there are some of the things that Prof. Hwang informed in his presentation. Also, we have discussed about it before. That is about the role of social interaction in students' learning. Yeah, especially that comes from Vygotsky theorem. Yeah, he declared that sometimes social interaction become the determinant factors on students' knowledge. And in here, we put that context into what we call as blended learning environments. Okay, Irna Marwa, you can open your mic if you want to ask something to Prof. Hwang. Okay, you can have your time.
Iya, Ibu mau minta ditranslatein aja. Boleh? Oke. Kan kalau di hasilnya Prof. Hwang itu, respondennya orang-orang di sana ya, yang memang notabene tuh mereka belajar sendiri. Bukan maksudnya gimana ya, lebih banyaknya tuh belajar sendiri tuh oke gitu. Tapi kalau di Indonesia kan berbeda gitu ya budayanya. Nah, apakah hasilnya pun nanti setelah diuji coba di Indonesia gitu akan berubah, jadi tidak interaction lagi yang lebih dominan, yang lebih baik gitu. Itu sih Bu pertanyaannya.
Oke.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Irna. Yeah, Prof. Hwang, we received a question in here from our EduTech 21 students. This is regarding the result of your research about this interaction, interreaction, and auto-reaction. First of all, the sample or the respondent for this research is Taiwanese students. Am I right, Prof. Hwang? Okay, Prof. Hwang is away from keyboard. Oke. Irna tadi waktu di sesi eta yang paling berpengaruh yang intra, outer reaction atau interreaction?
Aku seingat aku ini Bu,
Inter,
interaction
outer.
itu lebih penting gitu daripada interaction dan outeraction.
Berarti intra ya? Oke. Iya. Jadi saya miss bagian itu. Melia Dwi Febrianti, Ikna Hafsah, Khairina Nadira, Sisti Tasnia Tata, Azhari Ramadhani, Tiffany Anastasia. Tiffany ngapain di pinggir-pinggir? Oke. Cangkaman ya. I think Prof. Hwang is still away from keyboard. Jadi kita tunggu sesaat. Oke. Ini saya share dulu biar tidak bingung ngumpul-ngumpulnya di mana. Okay, TP 21 and 22. This is the drive for advisor class. Nanti kan Anda akan lihat assignment folder, course documentation, lectures note, and also syllabus, lesson plan, and calendar. Every day, yeah, every meeting, the thing that you have to submit is the lecture notes. For the lecture notes, you can choose between three version of lecture notes for version 1, version 2, or version 3, depends on your preferences. After that, you submit, you upload your lecture notes in this folder. Okay, no, we cannot hear you, Prof. Hwang. I think there are some problem with your microphone. For the lecture notes, open this folder, meeting 1. And please, I just want to remind you, submit in form of PDF, not in form of Microsoft Word. Please convert it, Fuji, yeah, the lecture notes into PDF. And for the second thing, you can upload lecture notes in this folder. And you can have about a week here for you to submit your lecture notes, or maybe before we start our next meeting or our third meeting. So it means for our lecture notes, submit it. Yes, just take your time, Prof. Hwang. If you need to leave first, then rejoin, you may, because we cannot hear any voice from your devices. Yeah, lecture note meeting. Later you can upload it here for your second lecture notes for the topic of interaction, outeraction, and interaction. Yes, hi, Liza, Fatih, Liza. Coba nanti dipindah ya. Yeah. Okay, next assignment. Yeah, assignment conditional depends on the schedule where when Hwang give you things to do. If there is no assignment in particular meeting, you don't have to do anything. Yeah, the thing that you have to fulfill is only the lecture notes. Yeah, for assignment, if there any assignment given, then it means you have to submit it 1 day before our next meeting. Such as for this meeting, yeah, this is from previous meeting. We already have already recapitulated. And for those who haven't submitted, you may. Next, if there is more assignment, you will make second assignment
Hello.
here.
Dr. Tera, can you hear me?
Okay, now, yeah, we can hear you
Hello?
now, Hwang. Yeah.
Okay, great. Right now I switch to my 4G.
You switch your bandwidth. Yeah.
Yeah, 4G.
Okay.
Finally can connect.
The
So just
4G.
the first
It's not.
question.
Uh-huh.
For the first question.
There is one question from the student. This is about the research, the result of your research. Yeah. First thing first, the respondent of your research is Taiwanese student. Am I right?
Yes, university student.
Yes, Taiwanese student. They
It's
are
private
university
university.
student.
Yes.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, the result showed that the intra reaction is the most, or the result that give positive or huge impact, higher impact than another interaction and also outer reaction. Is that correct?
Yes. Interaction is the most important. Have the is the
Yes,
predictive
interaction
power
is the
on learning
most
achievement.
give more impact to the student for their learning achievement. Yeah. This is
Expressive
in terms
innovation.
of
Expressive.
this is in terms of your research respondent. Yeah, since they are Taiwanese student and they have self-learning ability and also they have a self-driving in learning. The students ask, what if this research was conducted in Indonesia with like more diverse students learning ability and also student learning behavior? Will it show similar result with with Taiwanese student, or it will show a different result based on your prediction, Prof. Hwang?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah, in my personal opinion, annotation means the student want to write down, okay, maybe the important understanding, right? Otherwise, they will not write by themselves. In annotation, nobody asks you to do it, right? Different from like a homework. So if the student made a more meaningful annotation, expressive annotation, I think this is a very good learning behavior, communication behavior. I have confidence. No matter in Taiwan or Indonesia, I have a confidence that the result is almost the same. Yeah, almost the same.
Almost the same. Okay. So based on your prediction, interaction also will give a higher impact to Indonesian students, similar with Taiwanese student.
Yeah, this is my personal, opinion. I have confidence.
Yeah, because
how about you, Dr. Dela?
Frankly to say, Prof. Hwang, I haven't earned my PhD yet. I'm still holding a master degree, not a doctoral degree.
No, based on your learning experience, I think you are a very good, student when you study, right? Have you make any annotation by yourself when you study?
Okay. This is based on your explanation, I can say that this research is experimental research. Am I right?
Yeah.
It means we will know the answer after we experiment it to the students. Yeah. But talking about the prediction, I think interaction, similar with you, interaction is will be will give higher impact than interaction and outer reaction to students' learning ability, because this research focused on a blended learning environment. My recent research, especially when I pursue my master degree, I focus on learning environment. I mean, in terms of non-blending, not non-blended learning environment, only just like ordinary learning environment. For the blended learning environment in Indonesia, I think it's a little bit big issues, because like as you know that not all of the school they have or university they have adequate internet connection, or maybe they have bandwidth, or maybe they have quota for to become active in blended learning environment. most of the blended learning is just like this Zoom meeting or maybe through Google Meet and etc. We are still struggling, and also we are still in the process of transforming into a more blended learning environment by providing students with digital modules or maybe digital learning platform and etc. And based on my own perspective, I think the interaction also will give higher impact than the other one.
Yeah. How about my first question? Besides annotation, any learning behavior, also you think related to interaction. Annotation just one kind of the example, right? Okay, for interaction, maybe other learning behavior very important. Maybe you can check my publication. One of my publication is an extension of the annotation. It's an extension of annotation. Make
Extension of
annotation more meaningful. Yeah.
So we
maybe you
can make annotation more.
Search my application in Google Scholar. Google Scholar.
Okay, I'm searching your Google Scholar ID here.
Yeah. I share. Yes, this is optimized.
2020. Okay.
There's so many paper.
So many paper. Okay.
But I think extension maybe I done maybe around like 10 years ago. Maybe beginning of the 2010. So you can search it, The keyword is the learning journal. Learning journal.
Learning journal. Oh my goodness. I should keep scrolling that.
Learning journal. Yeah. Yeah. You can search the keyword learning journal.
Learning.
Some is not. Some is maybe the mistake. Some is not mine. Okay. I need to check. Some is not mine.
Some is yours. Yeah. From the name, yeah.
Some is not mine.
Okay. Maybe you can write me or tell us or inform us the title of your page that related to the extension application.
Yeah, like a learning journal. Maybe you can look at learning journal, the keyword.
Learning journal.
This is extension. Like
learning. There is no in here. Innovation, education, learning, and economics. Let's see. The journal name is Learning Journal.
Journal. Okay. Maybe can you search?
Learning Journal, the extension of annotation. Okay. Learning Journal, the extension of annotation. Learning Journal. The extension of annotation. Learning Journal. Oh, yeah.
No, just
Oh, let me check in here on Eric. Yeah, maybe we can.
Only extension. Yeah, just learning journal. My name.
Learning journal.
Google because, yeah, learning journal and my name.
Oh yeah, in
China, I cannot use
Google.
Yeah, in China, can I use Google? Unfortunately, cannot use Google.
Yeah.
So you can like a.
Yeah, there's no Google in China, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you use my name, Yuin. And maybe you can find Yuin. Oh, yeah. My name. Okay, you use my name.
This one. Okay. It's already your name in here. Which one?
Yeah, in the journal, maybe use the journal. Yeah, Yuin in the journal.
Articles. Okay. And learning journal, interactive learning environment, specific the extension of smart mechanism review of research, mobile based, exploring.
Not only my name, you also type the journal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Investigating, exploring. The title is this one, yeah, the extension of annotation.
No, journal. You just my name and journal. Okay.
This one, right? It's already authored by you. There are 83 papers. Okay, study. That means. This one, Prof. There are some multimedia web annotation system and XFAC.
No,
English
not this one.
learning. This one. This is the thing that we discussed.
Maybe later you will check by yourself. Okay.
Okay, relay online now. Yuin Hwang journal. Okay.
So
on Google Scholar.
Okay. So Tara, you can check by yourself. Okay, or your student. Okay. So that you think, yeah.
Because there are so many papers produced by you, so I think we need more time to filter it one by one.
Yes.
Yuin Hwang. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Tara. So I think later students have more time to discuss. Okay, Tara.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe students get more time to have a discussion. This is later. Not only you and I talk. Okay. Give them more discussion.
Okay. So we just move to the second question. Maybe some students still want to ask something. Yeah. Okay, for EduTest student 21 and also 22, if you still have more question, you can directly raise your hand, or maybe you can write it on the chat box. Yeah. Don't be shy. Yeah. If you want something to confirm, because from the presentation we discuss, there are some statistics. Yeah. The thing that you learn on our previous semester, especially for correlation and also regression variables. And I think it's still relate with our methodology of research this semester. And also for 22nd and 22 batch, there are some about learning. Yeah, especially theory of learning by Vygotsky, as you know from this presentation, but in terms of blended learning. While we are waiting for the students.
I give the two questions. I have the two questions, so maybe let them to discuss more. It's okay, Tara? I suppose
it's okay.
Because if they have the more discussion, maybe they will have the more understanding. And the more understanding, they maybe ask a meaningful question. So I suppose maybe the rest 20, 30 minutes, let them have more discussion. It's okay, Tara? Otherwise, they cannot
it's
ask
okay.
the meaningful question. Okay. So I hope they
or
can
maybe,
have more discussion, not just
or maybe
listening.
Yeah. We have here Dr. Laxmi. Maybe Dr. Laxmi have some question to ask to Prof. Hwang about this topic.
Okay.
Please,
Thank you, Budela. What about the student? Okay, good morning.
Yeah, Dr. Lekisma. Okay. Good
Laksmi.
morning.
Morning, Dr. Hwang. Yeah, this is interesting topic. I think about how interaction, and interaction in e-learning. Actually, recently I also read about how the e-learning with using like social presence and then cognitive presence and teaching presence. What is how we can compare with these three what kind three term on your article, and with this theory in social presence, cognitive presence, and teaching presence. Maybe can you give me some explanation? There is a difference, or there is some support each other?
Okay, so yeah, Dr. Laxmi. Okay. So you mentioned about three presence. One is the teaching presence. The second is the social presence, right?
Yeah, social
And
presence,
what is
presence, cognitive
and,
presence, and teaching
and the
presence.
cognitive presence?
Yeah.
Okay. So teaching presence is okay. Mean that the teacher teach, right? Their presence, right? They're like a gesture. I need to clarify. Okay, these three presence and what the social presence definition? What the definition of the social presence?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah. I think how the social presence is about interaction between students and the other students, among students. Hello.
Hello, because I cannot hear your voice. Okay.
Yeah. I think in here the connection is unstable, so maybe my voice is not clear. Yeah, when I read about the 3 points in e-learning about social presence, that we have to show to the students how the interaction, even we are in online learning, but we can like some what kind interaction in offline. So how we can give some maybe comment and maybe our comment to the students. I think it is more important than knowledge or cognitive presence, right? Hello, can you hear me, Budela? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you, Laxmi. I think there are some problem with Prof. Hwang connection because he is now in China, mainland China.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes 5G, sometimes 4G.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm
And
sorry.
so
We can talk,
Prof. Hwang cannot
by
share
email.
the Google, yeah.
Yeah. We can talk by email.
Yeah. Maybe later when I come to you, we can discuss more about these 3 points in e-learning. Because I also have some research about how the impact of these 3 points to students in online learning. So maybe we can discuss more later. Maybe another students, you can give some question or comment to Prof. Hwang, please. Thank you, Budela.
So Hafiz, yeah, well, that's me. So Prof. Hwang in China cannot access Google also, Bu. Because Google is restricted in China.
I think.
So I suppose maybe you can use like an email, and then can we can have a good communication. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because
It's okay.
thank you all of you. Thank you.
Oke,
Okay.
kayaknya koneksinya nggak bagus.
Yeah.
Thinking
Okay, see
Okay.
you.
Okay, for
mention to
students
Joy.
who still
Prof,
have
see you
question,
on
maybe.
16. See you on 17.
Yeah. Next week, Dr.
See you,
Laksmi will be in
17
Taiwan,
in
visiting your
Taiwan. See you,
university. Yeah.
17. Welcome
Yeah.
all of you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody. Prof. Hwang, it's okay if you want to leave, yeah, because there are some connection issue from mainland China. I just want to give some announcement for the students. Yeah, for the students, those who still have some question, you can write it on the chat box. Yeah, then I will email it to Prof. Hwang for him to give some explanation about this. Yeah. And for today's meeting, there is no assignment. Means the thing that you have to submit only the lecture notes. Please submit it on our Google Drive, as I explained before. And for the format of the name, just use your name and also underscore of lecture notes M2. Yeah, to differentiate it between meeting 1 and meeting 2. And for next meeting, we will meet again on the next 2 weeks. Yeah, next week there is no meeting for visiting professor class because Bu Ami also will visit Prof. Hwang in the HU. Next meeting, if you want to ask some souvenir from Bu Laksmi, you may request some.
I will give you souvenir when you finish your
Finish the course.
discussion with,
Yeah.
course with the Prof. Hwang.
Yeah. Okay. Bu Ami, do you have something to inform to the students or not?
Nah, I think kalau saya berharap teman-teman fokus ya menyimak, kemudian menyelesaikan perkuliahan ini, program-program ini, karena ini bermanfaat untuk meningkatkan pemahaman, meningkatkan pengetahuan ya, gitu yang mungkin di perkuliahan kita belum tersampaikan, itu aja. Thank you, Bu Della.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bu Laksmi. Okay, everybody. I think it's enough for today. Yeah. Thank you very much for your attention and also your time. We meet again for this visiting professor class on the next 2 weeks. Please finish your lecture notes meeting 2. Yeah. And for those who haven't submit meeting 1 and also the assignment 1, please complete it. Yeah. Before we close the submission date, because I will update the data to Prof. Hwang every single week, yeah, for the progress of your work. Okay, everybody, I think that's all for today class. Thank you very much for everything. If you find some mistake in my words, pardon me, please. See you on the next 2 weeks.
Okay, see you. Thank you, Bu Della. Thank you, everyone.